Hi class, we're going to work today on solving and graphing inequalities. This is just like solving equations, except for these are inequalities. So let's get to our first question. Before we get started, make sure you have a piece of paper and a pencil and you're taking notes. Make sure that you submit these notes. This is going to be an ed puzzle, so you will also need to answer the questions that I pose to you. So take your time, watch this carefully, and you should do well. First of all, our first question, or our first equation, our first inequality is going to be 15 plus x is less than 20. Okay? Let's actually make this less than sign a different color just so that you can see what we're doing here. So this is less than. Okay? So in working these problems, the first thing you would need to do is you would need to, just like we would with solving equations, you would need to try to get the variable by itself. So you're going to subtract 15, and you're going to end up with x equals, or excuse me, is less than 5. X is less than 5. Okay? Now, when you are putting this on your number line, it is less than, so just a thought real quick, is this going to be a open circle or a closed circle? And let's work this out. So if you have a number line here, and I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -2, -3, -4, then my equation, or my, my inequality graph is going to be less than 5. And remember, less than is an open circle, so it'd be an open circle on 5. That means it includes every number up to 5, not including 5. It could be 4.999 to infinity, but it's not going to include 5, so it's going to be an open circle. And because it's less than, it will go to the left. Because it's less than, it will go to the left. Okay? So be sure that when you're graphing these things that you think ahead of time, am I going to go to the left or the right? Less than is left, more than is right. So that's our first problem. Our second problem that we're going to do today is going to be solve and graph the inequality of x divided by 10 is less than or equal to 5. Okay? Well, in this case, because it's a division, remember we're going to have to multiply. So I would multiply this side by 10 and multiply this side by 10. These two are going to cancel each other out. And that's going to leave me with x is less than or equal to 5 times 10 is 50. Once again, we are solving these just like you would solve equations. So let's draw our number line here. Now, I'm not going to try to go all the way up to 50, starting at 0. So this number line is going to be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Because it says less than, am I going to go to the right or to the left? It will be to the left. Because it says less than or equal to, is it going to be an open circle or a closed circle? It would be a closed circle, and it would be to the left. So that means it could include 50. It could go all the way up to 50. It can't be 50.1. It can't be 50.2 or 50 and 1/10 or 50 and 2/10. It also cannot be 51. It can go all the way to 50 and then it has to stop. So let's do a couple more on solving and graphing inequalities. I'm going to erase all of these and we'll do 2 more. Number 3 would be 12x is greater than are equal to 60. 12x is going to be greater than or equal to 60. Because this is a multiplication, we're going to solve it by doing what? If you said dividing, you are correct. We're going to divide by 12 on both sides. These two 12s cancel each other out. So that leaves me with x is greater than or equal to 5. When I draw my number line, I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not going to number those, but this would be -1, and this would be -7. Okay? Because it is greater than or equal to, is it going to be an open circle or a closed circle? It would be an open circle, a closed circle. It would be a closed circle. And because it's greater than, does that mean it's going to go to the right or to the left? If you said to the right, you are correct. So that is greater than. Okay? X is greater than, in this case, or equal to 5. All right? Our final one is going to be number 4, and that would be x minus 9 is greater than 7. Well, this once again is just like any other equation. We're going to have to do the opposite operation, and the opposite of subtraction is, if you said addition, you are correct. Adding 9, these two would cancel each other out. That leaves us as x is greater than, and 7 plus 9 is 16. So if I draw my number line here and say I'm just going to start here at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, then I would have an open or a closed circle. Which one would I have? Because it's just greater than, I'd have an open circle. And I would go to the right or to the left. I would go to the right. That is correct. So hopefully this helps you understand a little bit about solving inequalities. We will go over this tomorrow in class some more. Please make sure that you answer all of the questions and that you turn in your notes. Have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.